This is ASUS's brand new limited edition 1 of 1000 RTX 5090 Matrix GPU, and it's just one of an exciting lineup of products that they're launching at this year's Gamescom 2025. I'm here in Cologne, Germany, so let's take a look and start off with this absolute beast of a GPU. Now, first up, the brand new RTX 5090 Matrix. Now, this is a limited edition 1 of 1000 GPU that's been released to celebrate ASUS's 30 years in the graphics card market. Now, the idea behind this is it combines all of the flagship features from all of the flagship ASUS GPUs into one absolute hero product. Looking at some of the stats, you've got a maximum boost clock speed of over 2,700 megahertz. That's the highest you'll find on any RTX 5090, and that's been achieved with a few cool features. Now, yes, it's got the 4-fan cooling design that we've seen on the Astral. Yes, it's got liquid metal to again increase the efficiency of that heat transfer, but it's actually got an 800 watt TDP. Now, you might be thinking 800 watts on a graphics card, how is that possible? When of course that 12 volt high power connector is only capable of delivering 600 watts. Well, you actually get 600 watts through the GPU power connector and a further 600 watts through ASUS's BTF power connector, which is fed by a further 12 volt high power cable into the motherboard. There's a few other cool party tricks in this graphics card too, whether it's the inbuilt GeForce sensor that can actually detect GPU sag over that 90-degree threshold and alert you within software, and of course the ASUS software which intelligently monitors the voltage to the graphics card to pick up early on any potential power issues. There's also a high element of copper construction in this GPU, including in some of the heatsink of the card itself, again to help aid heat transfer and keep temperatures nice and low. Something that's critically important when you're delivering up to 800 watts of board power and you've got such an incredibly high boost clock speed. Perhaps one of my favorite things about this GPU though is actually the visual design. It's bold, it's slightly controversial, some people aren't going to like it, and I absolutely love it. It goes back to the original Matrix design. I like that it's not a complete rectangle. We've got this ridiculous large fan at the end with this sort of circular design element to the GPU. It's a real statement piece, and in a build where you're going for a black and a red color scheme, it's going to look, frankly, fantastic. Now, here's the thing. If you want to buy one of these, good luck. There's only going to be 1,000 that are made. That's partly due, of course, to them wanting to make this a limited edition product, but also partly due to the fact this is a highly binned design, meaning you're only getting the very, very best silicon. There is also no price yet for this graphics card. Given the 5090's basic MSRP is $2,000, I could see this going for maybe $4,000 or $5,000. So yeah, if you want one, I hope you've got deep pockets. Moving through to monitors, and this is ASUS's real party piece, the world's fastest OLED monitor. Now, it's got a Quad HD 2560 by 1440 resolution, and at that full res is going to give you a refresh rate of 560 Hz. Now, what's more, this is actually a dual mode monitor, so if you drop down to 1080p, you can actually push this panel to over 700 Hz on the refresh rate. Now, what's more, it uses tandem OLED technology, which goes from 3 up to 4 light emitting layers. ASUS say this is going to give you around 15% more peak brightness and around 25% larger color volume. What's more, this new 4-layer design is supposed to be better for monitor longevity, giving you up to a 60% increase in lifespan, helping to prevent things like OLED burn-in, which we're all of course so worried about on these kind of panels. It's got a few other cool things like this new stand with these hollow elements, which ASUS says is more sustainable. I just think it looks really, really cool. And at the back of the monitor, we've got a fully translucent design that lets you see the internals. Actually using this panel feels, well, frankly incredible. The colors are vivid and vibrant as you would expect, and you really can notice just how smooth this thing really is. It's also got ASUS's true black glossy coating, which we've already seen on some of their panels shown off at Computex. What this is basically going to do is keep the glossy monitor feel, which is a lot better in my view than some of the matte panels out there, while also reducing a lot of those reflections and helping to ensure that the blacks stay true black even when you've got loads of bright reflections, hence these big pillar lights right here. If you're looking for something in this same 27-inch form factor that still gives you that 4-layer tandem OLED technology, but with a slightly lower price point and an earlier release date, you might want to consider this, the XG27AQWMG. I've nearly memorized those model names. It still gives you that true black glossy coating that looks absolutely fantastic in the same 27-inch form factor with the same 2560 by 1440 resolution and a high 280 Hz refresh rate and super low 0.03 millisecond response time. time. I've had a bit of a play on this and it looks really quite fantastic. And for most people, if you want a high-end 27-inch monitor, it's probably all you're ever going to need. The final thing I want to get really hands-on with is this, the ASUS Raikiri 2 controller. Now this is an improvement upon the Raikiri Pro and it's actually Xbox certified. Now it's ASUS's first controller that's actually going to give you a 1000 Hz polling rate on PC, which is pretty impressive. It's obviously certified for fully wireless use with Xbox 2. The rear buttons on the back of the controller have improved placement over the Raikiri Pro. You can see they've been moved down very slightly. And of course you have the rapid trigger functionality where you can actually change your triggers to be fully long throw or to be a much shorter rapid throw variety. All of the buttons and switches on here have been changed too to the new micro switches, which are 50% lighter and have a shorter travel distance as well. And ASUS say this was actually a challenge because contrary to what the name might suggest, these micro switches are actually a lot bigger to integrate in the controller than what was used previously. ASUS are also showing off a couple of other things here at their Gamescom event which are worth a shout out, whether it's their white Wi-Fi 7 routers. So those of you who want an all-white gaming setup or an all-white themed tech house, you've got that option. And they've also got a full Miku range, so those of you who are into that, you can actually build a full setup with these really cool designs. It's not personally my thing, but I do like bold and out there PC hardware. And that's one of the reasons I love the design of the Matrix 5090. I think it's cool to see something a bit different and a bit more outlandish. But that wraps it up here at Gamescom 2025 with ASUS. A big thanks to ASUS for actually flying us out here. I think it's the 4th Gamescom in a row where we've come out and covered some of their new stuff, so I do really appreciate it. Thanks to you guys as well for all the support on the videos recently. We're on a bit of a roll right now, and it really does mean a hell of a lot. I'm excited to go and have another look at that graphics card in particular, maybe less excited to find out the price. Who knows, maybe it will be affordable for a 5090. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Get subscribed if you aren't already. Thanks for watching, and as always, we'll see you in the next one.